Hey, ladies. Welcome to Brunching with Ashley Key. I am so excited to have a special guest with us today. She goes, I say her name, but y'all know what I'm saying. She goes by the name of Jessica T. Moore, the queen of book anthologies. Jessica combines her experience as an international best-selling author, speaker, and former actress. Girl, I can't wait till she get on here. I didn't know Jessica was an actress. This sister is acting. So I'm ready for y'all to meet her. So she, in a former actress, to help you gain knowledge about stories that you didn't know exist. That's why she's on this show today. Because sometimes we don't even know that we have a story. Sometimes we go through life and we don't even know we have a story. And the whole time, that is what's keeping us in bondage. So that is why I'm super excited to have Jessica a part of this episode, The Power of Storytelling. Jessica is the host of the Jessica Moore Show. She is the creator of the Own Your Story Challenge and the visionary author of Embracing Imperfection. Y'all, not one, but a series of Embracing Imperfection, where she's highlighting the stories of women around the world, not around the city, not around the state, but around the world. That's why I'm connected to her, because we try to take it on a global level. So I'm going to take a break. And after this break, we're going to bring you the one and only, the queen of storytelling, Jessica T. Moore.
Hi.
Hey, Jessica. Girl, I don't know what's going on. It's the weather. So y'all please excuse me, Jessica. Y'all will be able to hear her clearly. But I am so excited to have you on this show, Queen. But hold up, before we get started, girl, you gotta tell me about this acting. I didn't know you was a former actress.
Oh,
Broadway.
yeah. I be forgetting sometimes, but yes, I did acting as a teenager. I was a child actress. And I performed on the same stage as Michael Jackson. I used to perform at the Fox Theater, and we used to do singing, so I used to do operetta and performances. We put on shows at the Fox Theater every year. Yeah, that was back in the day. So I was a child actress. Yeah.
Oh my God, hold up. My friend is an actress. Hold on, y'all. The one and only, the queen of storytelling, is an actress. So y'all better put a respect on that name, okay?
Yeah, and I
Jessica.
think I can draw from a lot of that now in what I do, like, even today, because when you think about like even storytelling or anything, like you're putting on a performance. And, back when we used to do acting, like we would have to do things to be dramatic, so we can be seen across the room. And sometimes, that's the whole word. You got to put yourself out there. You can't be sitting there like, oh, I don't think I'm this or I don't think I'm that. When that camera, them lights, camera, action hit, I used to have to hit the ground running. It didn't matter what my feelings was. It didn't matter what I was going through. I was there to put on a show for the people that came to see me. And I think that can translate into even now as an author, as a storyteller. Like that's what we were doing. We were telling stories through art, through acting, and like I feel like a lot of that is relevant today. So yeah, so that learn something new.
Baby, I just learned that. Like you make me want to go hit the stage and get on Broadway. I think I can do it. Girl, hold on. You know me, whatever. Look, whatever you want me to be. I look, I'm gonna be an
Yes.
actor,
Do it
whatever.
all. Do it all. Like live
Okay.
your life.
Lived it. And baby, that is what I'm doing. Whatever I have a passion for, and I've been setting this time for us to activate. Okay.
Yes.
But girl, I'm excited to have you on this show, especially this one, the power of storytelling. And my first question, because some people, especially my authors, they heard the story on how we met, but I really want to know, and I just want you to share, like, what is your view on collaboration? What is your view? Because a lot of times we have so many women that's trying to compete. But if you just collaborate, it's power in collaboration, which we spoke on our last episode with Tiffany. But I want to know what your view is on, especially with what we're talking about today with book compilations and everything. What is your view on collaboration?
Collaboration for me, I feel like there is no brand, there is no business without relationships. Nobody can get anywhere on their own. So collaboration takes a level of vulnerability, it takes a level of trust, and it takes discipline, like because you got to discipline yourself. You don't want to just, partner with people and then you like half doing your part. So it's like it takes a lot on your end, but then like it takes a lot to maintain those type of relationships. But if you really want to be successful, like a lot of people look at like money as the only form of success, but how rich are you in your relationships with other people and your networking and things like that? So the biggest thing for me is like, the people that you are connected to, you can, like a lot of times they say like you can look at somebody friends and tell where they're gonna be at in life in the next 5 years. So collaboration is like number one for me, like regardless, because anybody can collaborate. We could say things like, maybe you don't have the money to invest in your brand, or maybe you don't have something else, but you always have the power to collaborate with somebody else. So to me, that's what collaboration means.
And I love it, girl. I love it. I remember what they said. Something is the new currency, but I don't know if they did say collaboration is the new
Community.
currency or not.
Community is the
But
new currency.
what is it?
Community.
Community, in which that's
Yeah.
collaboration, is
Same
the
thing.
new currency.
Yeah.
And I love what Jessica said because and that's what I want her to talk about later on, but how me and Jessica first met, we was in the world's greatest motivational speaker, Les Brown's speaking program. And then they had an opportunity for us to be a part of a book project that he was, doing with another publishing company that was part of the book part of his speaking program. And I remember me and Jessica both, and I didn't know her, she didn't know me, but we both ended up signing up for this book project because we were so excited. We were
Mhm.
writing with the legendary Les Brown. And I'm like, oh, yes, I'm about to leave a legacy for my children. So that was big for us. And I know it was big for her, it was big for me. And so I remember, like Jessica said, I slid in her inbox and I'm like, hold on, because I see she had a foster care agency. I have a healthcare staffing agency. And I'm like, hold up, girl, we need to connect, But I feel like if we would have never both was a part of that book project, we would have never even though we were both in the speaking program, we still would have never connected. When I seen she was in that book project, it made me want to reach out because we were doing the same thing. So,
Mhm.
still has some type of agency. So our relationship has just taken off ever since by just that one decision to, hey, let me get in this book project. and let me also connect with this young woman. I see she doing major things. See me, I'm about connecting with women that I see that is doing major things, because we get
Mhm.
together, we go greater things. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's always an elevation. So I love connecting with women that have that drive, that push, that just that energy, that's just ready to go full force, because I'll be ready to go full force. You
Mhm.
know, so I love that we, connected with that, because our relationship has just took off. We have did so many things together. We have worked together. Jessica helped me with my book collaboration, my book compilation. She the one pushed me. I shouted her out in my first book. Shout out to Jessica. But yeah, so she helped me with everything. She helped me with my podcast. She helped me with so much. And I thank Jessica so much. And that's why I really wanted to have her on this show, because she really pushed me greatness. You got to have a tribe that's connected to you, that's going to push you even when you don't even feel like pushing yourself. And to have the
Mhm.
women that's in your circle around you saying, hey, you could do this. Because, see, she kept telling me, Ashley, you need to write your story, even though we had wrote in the book project. And then I was a part of her other book project too, Embracing Imperfections. And she kept telling me, you need to write your story. And I'm like, Green got time to write no story. I got a staffing agency. I got kids, teenagers. I got all this stuff going on. I don't have time to write a book. And she was like, this book compilation. I was like, I didn't think about that. you know? So
Mhm.
she the one that pushed me into doing what I didn't even know I had it in myself. So that is big. And that is the importance of collaboration, accountability partners, women that's thriving, women that's striving, women that's just dominating when you connect. So I don't know, Jessica, you want to piggyback off what I said? Because I know my
Yeah,
internet tripping.
so so the first thing I wanted to just say is thank you. And then but also like you forgot like one of the biggest parts, like you did your book and then you turned it into live events. And I'm like, ooh girl. So I'm like, girl, I ain't ready for that. So then you like, no man, like we about to get this thing going. So I think even for me, like you can only take yourself so far. So what I love about our relationship is like we both started like on the same path. Like I got some social workers to hire next week. Like, so it's like we both started on the same path. And then it's like, we took a step together. And then once we took that step, it's like, okay, now this is what you need. Like I didn't see what this is like. I didn't went through the process. Now let me help you so you don't make the same mistakes I made. So let me take that, let me do that, and then I'm gonna teach you. Then you come out with the book. Then once you come out with the book, it's like the live event is like the best thing to put with the book. Like, so what you did
Mhm.
complimented what I did. And so then now I'm doing my first event and I'm calling you like, oh my gosh, like, is this really happening? So it's just like that. Just what I love is just like how because I know it's not even going to stop here. And no telling what's the next thing, and as we continue to collaborate and push each other, like, okay, girl, let me tell you, I got you. I done made all the mistakes, let's work through this, let's do this, so I'm just excited for, like, I can't even imagine next year. Like, so just like
Baby.
everything that we've been able to do, like within like less than 2 years. So that's just the one thing that I wanted to add. And like, just thank you. Like, thank you for trusting me with your journey, and also for believing in me and for helping me and seeing something in me that when I got to a point where I thought that was it, I thought, we got the books, we good. And it's like, no, because we got to keep them guessing. So yeah, so I'm just excited. I'm honored to have you a part of my life. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to see where we go with what we're doing.
Girl, yes, I love that. That's why I say, look, we polishing each other. We gems.
Yes.
We polishing each other. Okay. I told this to Jessica, and baby, y'all, I see it. So I'm gonna tell you, going from overlook to
Yes, to
overbook. Let's
overbook.
go.
Yes, ma'am.
our book. Okay, we started
Yes.
and now we excelling, but that's
Yes.
the first key. You have to start. You have to just do it. Get around
Mhm.
some powerful women, some amazing, encouraging women, and just do it. Don't think about, oh, if I fail or if this don't work. Me and Jessica went through. We was way in New York City, but anyways, we was way in New York City, on stage with Les, and it was just a lot that happened. But we never
Needless to
gave
say, we
up.
didn't laugh together, we didn't cry together.
Cried together. We never gave up. We never gave
Yes.
up. And I thank God for every decision that I made, even especially connecting with the women that I connected with, because I continue to see myself excel. So just
Mhm.
just don't be afraid. Just connect. Don't be afraid of somebody elevating faster or something, because we never was like that. We pushed each other.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I love it. Um, my next question for you, Jessica, because girl, we could go on and on, girl, giving each other hours.
Yes.
But oh my God, this internet. Hold on. Why did you start doing book compilations? What was your passion to say, hey, let me start doing my own book compilations?
So my passion to do compilation books. First of all, I'm gonna say this first because a lot of times people are like, what's this they talking about? Like, what is a compilation, collaboration, anthology, whatever you want to call it? So for the people that's saying, I never heard of that before, yes, you have. If you heard of the Bible, you have heard of a compilation book. The Bible is a collection of stories brought together to make an impact. That is what a collaboration book or compilation book is. So I just wanted to start by saying that. And so my journey with the reason for being a part of a collaboration, I hadn't heard of a collaboration book, and I got into a collaboration book program when the pandemic first hit. And when I got in that program, I shared my story. I was so excited. And the visionary of that book had shiny object syndrome. And so she started the program and then decided to do 10,000 other things. So I'm in the middle of the program. I'm trusting her with my story. I submitted my story to her. And I'm preparing like, oh my gosh, I'm getting ready to be an author and all these things. And it's like, it was complete, like everything that I wouldn't ever want to do with my clients. Like it was all about her. It had nothing to do, we was just the fall guys. It was just it was a very bad experience. And like I said, that was in 2020. And so I ended up pulling my story out of that book. And she didn't launch for a year and a half, y'all. So like she was literally doing all the things and except for launching this book. And so the whole program just kind of fell apart. But I learned from that program because I'm like, okay, I never heard of this, but it's something going on over here because it's something's brewing. I don't know what it is. And so I kind of just had it in the back of my head. And then when I got the opportunity to be in the next collaboration book, which was the one that I met Ashley in, it was like, okay, you know what? I know something, a little bit of something about this. So as I'm going through this process, I'm going to capitalize off of this and make my money back. I'm going to take what I already know, what I already learned, and put it with what I'm learning now and launch my stuff at the same time. So that's kind of where the idea came from. And then just the side of it was when I was like, I wanted to write my own book. And it's like you mentioned earlier, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm running a company, I have staff that I have to train, like in different things like that. So it's like I don't have the time to just sit down and write, but I want to make an impact. And so that's when I ended up saying like, hey, I reached out to everybody I knew and I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out. So if you want to ride this ride, then come on. And so 32 people said yes. And that's how we launched the first book a little over a year ago.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And just the same thing you had said too, that really just give me just the drive to start. Like I said, you encouraged me to do my first book compilation, and
Mm-hmm.
which led me to do my second one that I'm working on. And hopefully I get it. Our book launches in March. It's gonna launch this month. Well, yes, this month. It's gonna I'm like, hold on, what today is? March 1st. Hold on. But yeah, it launches this month. Created for Greatness, Babes in Boots edition. And so what pushed me to just continue doing these book compilations, everything Jessica said, and also because this is what also she told me to push, what pushed me is these women. They are like sitting on stories. Like my sister, she said this before, and I love her so much. So I'm gonna just share. I remember I was telling my sister, and I was like, "Girl, you gonna be a part of my first book compilation?" She was like, "Girl, I don't have no story." I said, "Yes, you do. You do have a story." By me telling her that she went her whole life, 40 years, her whole life, not thinking that she had a story. She was up
Wow.
all night. The Lord was dealing with her, tossing and
Yeah.
turning, and was like, I do have a story. And she called me crying. I want to say, girl, I told you I had a story, but don't be calling me at no 2 or 3 in the morning. But
Mm-hmm.
okay. So she called me. It's like, I do have a story. And my sister would have never even thought about being an author, not alone a
Mm-hmm.
best-selling author. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like it took somebody to push something out of her and tell her, girl, you have a story. And that
Mm-hmm.
story is not only to tell your audience, but it's also to help you heal. And I
Yeah.
have a lot of women that is in this book compilation that we are doing right now that they are healing. They
Yeah.
are healing from trauma. They are healing from the betrayal, their heart being broken, grief, loss. They are healing because they're
Mm-hmm.
finally telling their story. And that's why I love doing these book compilations because it's not only helping the audience that read these books,
Yeah.
but it also helped the authors that are telling their story. They're finally, they're like I said, they're healing. It's therapy to them. And
Yeah.
sometimes they don't even realize they have a story
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And some of them
Or did
realize
they
they
need to be healed? They
yes,
thought they was healed.
yes. And that's how my sister was. She thought she was healed. She thought she had let it go.
Yeah.
But when she really wrote her story, something just came out for her. And I have really seen a glow on her life since she did that. Like this
Mm-hmm.
girl is just really doing some amazing things. She's stepping out on faith, big bold steps. I'm so proud of her. And it's a lot of other ladies. I'm just gonna wait for them to tell their stories when we do this book launch. But I just wanted to share that with my sister from the first book that we did because I see the glow on her life. And I'm over here like, I can't stop doing this. Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
really helping other women tell their stories. It's helping them.
Yeah.
When we say overcoming obstacles, it's really helping them overcome obstacles. It's helping them
Yeah.
overcome depression, anxiety, doubt, fear, grief.
Yeah.
It's helping them because now
Mm-hmm.
they're telling their story, and their story not only going to help them, but it's helping the person that's reading because that same person can have a similar story and they don't know how to do it. But this person, this woman is telling her story and how she did it. Now you helping the other individual. And that's what I
Mm-hmm.
said too, Jessica. I was telling my authors the power of a book compilation is you can have one person pick up a book and one story might not relate to them. This
Yeah.
story might not relate to them, but you're gonna have a story in that book that's gonna relate to you. You got
Yeah.
over 20 something women in one book. One of them stories gonna help you. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I love book compilations because one of those stories is going to help this person deal with probably divorce, a broken
Mm-hmm.
marriage, grief, depression, anxiety, betrayal, job loss, starting a business, financial
Mm-hmm.
freedom, whatever your story may be. One of them ladies in that book is going to help you overcome an obstacle and step into
Yeah.
your greatness. So
Yes.
I thank you so much, girl, because I've really been on fire. When you
Yes.
told me you got a story, I'm like, baby, don't tell me what I'm like, I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing too, like that for me, something I always said, like competition is a myth, like because me and you do the same thing, like we literally do the same thing, like in every area, but in a different way. Like at the end of the day, just like we all have fingerprints, and like my fingerprint is nobody else out here that could that can be me. Like nobody can do babes in boots like you. Like nobody can embrace the imperfections like me. Like, so I think that's the biggest thing that stops us from collaborating, because it's like, even though we're doing the same thing, like we're both contractors, we're both visionary authors, we're both doing brunches, but my stuff don't look like your stuff. Your stuff don't look like my stuff. And it can't, because we still walk a different path, but we head in the same direction. So what are you afraid of? Like, for the people that's afraid to collaborate, or she gonna steal my idea. How? If you put the work and the years into that, nobody can take that away from you.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, step out, collaborate, and then tell your story, because the story that you're sitting on is the story that somebody else is waiting on. Like, we have to tell our stories in order to be healed. And a lot of times we afraid, to tell our story because we think people gonna judge us. One of the reasons why I started embracing perfection, because it's like, okay, you got all the degrees, all them certifications and stuff like that, but that's not gonna help the next person. Like, what did you overcome to get to where you are now? Like, what did you have to go through so that I can now, that's what's going to help me to feel like I can get my breakthrough. Not the fact, because I got them right here. I got all the degrees. I got 3 degrees sitting behind me with my name on there. But at the end of the day, what's most important is the fact that I overcame certain obstacles, losing my mom at a young age, becoming a teen mom, going through domestic violence, and everything else that I went through. That's what makes me. Your story is what's going to separate you. So that's my story, and that's my journey. That's the only difference between us two, is that we walk in a different path with our story, but we're doing the same thing. And your story, that's the power of storytelling. Your story is what's going to stand you out in the crowd. It's going to make you unique. So go on and put that story in a compilation book. Quit talking about you trying to write your own book, because you're going to be sitting there 2 years later, still ain't finished that book. And do a compilation book. Like, so I just want to put it, look, don't you have me preaching now.
Okay. Hold on. Everything Jessica said, she was about to have me over here. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hold on. Because that's one thing that really made me connect with Jessica. I said this to Jamila too. Jamila Allen. Shout out to Jamila Allen. If you
Hey,
watch.
girl.
So the one thing about Jessica and Jamila, the reason what really connected me to both of you ladies is that you do not mind investing in yourself. Like, I didn't watch both of you ladies, and Jamila Allen also was in the Les Brown book to Ignite the Hunger in You. So
and she got them contracts.
Yes, she got a multi-million-dollar childcare business. So she got, she's doing it too. And that's what made me really connect with Jessica and Jamila. That was the two that I really got close to when we did the book project, because they both do not mind investing in themselves. I done seen both of them invest so much money
Tens of
into their
thousands.
personal.
Yes, not no couple hundred.
Yes, no.
Yes.
6 figures and hold on. I didn't
Yes.
see them both flying here, flying there, going here, doing this program, doing this course, doing this seminar, going to this conference, doing all of this. That's what makes you so unique and different. And that's what, like I said, that's what connected me with you and Jamila. And I thank God that I did cross paths with you all, because I always had it in me. I just needed someone to push it out of me. And when I got around you all, I'm like, I started like networking, collaborating, and doing all kind of stuff. Like, I wasn't afraid to just step out and just do new things. I wasn't afraid to invest in a course that I knew that was going to help me, or a coach, or some program, or go to this conference, or go to this seminar, or whatever. So that's what I wanted to tell you too. That's what I love about you, is that you're not afraid. You're not afraid. This girl is a student of Russell Brunson, all of them, Myron Golden. She didn't invest in so much. I think even didn't you do some stuff too with Grant Cardone or something, girl? She didn't invest so much in herself.
I know all of them personally, like. So like, and that's the thing too, because it's one thing to consume information. Like, these people know us, like, by our name, the ones that's sitting at the top. Like, I'm not just going and sitting in the back of the room. Like, I'm coming in, and you gonna know who I am. Like, So I think that, that too, like it's important to put yourself out there. Like when you get around these people, like stand out, put yourself out there and serve. Like I think the number one thing is serving first. Because you're going to learn and you're going to grow. So I don't just go to these programs. Like when I'm going to these different programs, how can I help you? Like, how can I serve you? Because these people is doing what you want to do. Like, and that was another thing, like, we didn't even talk about. Like, we could say so much, but like, another thing is like, even when we didn't know each other, like, we both came to serve. Like, we was both there serving and giving our time and our energy. So, like, it's crazy because I was having this conversation with somebody else, and it's like some people just think that it's just gonna fall in your lap, or woe is me, or whatever the case is. Like, if I know that this person is going in a direction that I want to go, I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna say, how can I help you? Like, how can I serve first? And then you're going to learn. That's worth so much more. Like the things that we did, like it's helping us today with what we're doing right now. Like running the event, and stuff like that. I didn't know at the time I was gonna end up doing an event, but like that,
Okay.
now I have that skill, like I know what to do. Like, and so we gotta be able to not always think like, what can I get? What can I take from this person? How can I drain this person energy? But how can you pour into them? Because then you don't know what's gonna happen in return. So it's just like, that's just another thing I want to mention is like what are you putting out? Like people are always talking about like nobody buying my products, nobody's buying my services, nobody's supporting me. But how many people have you supported? So like, girl, I could just go on and on just about like, all of this, but I just wanted to kind of throw
Okay.
that out there.
Yeah. Yes, and what she said is so powerful and true because, like I said, shout out to Kristen, had me over there. But anyways, Kristen, girl, Kristen, we was a dream team. But she had me out there. We was in New York, like Jessica saying, we was pouring and serving, for the event that Les Brown had out there when we spoke. And I didn't know that I was gonna start doing my own events. But God says, as you water, He's going to water. The
Mm,
same thing that we poured out, God is pouring back into us. I did not know that I was going to have my own event, and I didn't had two already working on my third one and successful too.
mm-hmm,
But at that moment, whenever they asked for volunteers and serving, we served. We served.
mm-hmm,
I remember I was out there in New York for a whole week serving, you
mm-hmm.
know,
I'm running the
serving.
registration table. I don't know nothing about no registration table, but I said I'm gonna figure it out. It ain't
But
about what you don't know. A lot of times it's like, oh, I can't do that, or no, tell me, like, help me, guide me. Like, I'm gonna put myself out there, and we're gonna work this thing out on the way. So,
girl, yes. And it all works out. Like I even look back at with my church, my pastor wife put me out there and
mm,
kind of pushed me into speaking and serving and everything. And I was so excited. And now I see it like being returned. So, baby, those
mm-hmm.
seeds that we're sowing, your harvest is coming. You just gotta
Yeah,
continue to sow seeds and you're gonna see the harvest. You're gonna see the fruits. You're gonna see what God is about to take you. Just keep
mm-hmm.
serving, keep watering, keep pouring, and don't give up. So that's what I love. I love that because, like you say, you got a heart of servitude. You definitely do. Jessica really do have a heart of servitude, and I thank God for every person that He have really connected me with because they are very true and genuine. I love it. My next question is: we might have some ladies that might want to be a part of a book compilation. What would you recommend? Like your advice? What could you tell them? What was your pros and cons of being a co-author when you was in the book Ignite the Hunger in You?
So I would say one of the pros is, of course, the community. Putting yourself, because a lot of times we don't put ourselves out there. So being a part of a community, like if you are a co-author in a book, it's like this little force thing where you have to, like connect with other people. And sometimes we can't do that on our own. I know for me, like I'm really like naturally introverted. Like I don't, people that know me personally know, like I'm really to myself. And so when I'm a part of stuff like this, like, like you reaching out to me. I wouldn't have said that. I'd be like, oh yeah, I see that girl, she doing the same thing. And I would have just not said anything, but that's just like, that was then. Now I've learned like to definitely connect. And so that's one thing, is it puts you in a room with people that you would not otherwise have known. And then it's people that's already on the same path as you. Like, how easy is that? Like, you want to tell your story, they want to tell their story. And so you not sitting here worried about like your family and friends is not supporting you. Because these people, they understand you off the bat already. One of the cons that I would say is, what you put in is what you're going to get out. So like, you have to be willing to put in the work, because me as a visionary that has had over hundreds of people come through my program, at this point over 300 people in less than 2 years, it's like, I've seen what it can do for somebody that already has that drive, that already has, that motivation and stuff. And then I've seen what it does for people that just come in and they just want to take. So you got to check yourself. Like, what is my motivator at the end of the day? Like, what are you really trying to get out of it? Because if you don't have a clear plan, nobody can make that plan up for you. If you don't have a clear plan, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to feel like, oh, this is about them. And that's another thing, that spirit of jealousy, that spirit of envy. If you got that in you, you might as well just shut the thing up, because it's not gonna work for you. So yeah, so that's what I would say. It's gonna really,
Yes,
it's really gonna show you who you are. I feel like that's what it'll do. Like, that's what like being a co-author is gonna really show you who you are and what you're capable of.
yes, girl, I love it. You said a mouthful. I don't even have nothing to add to that. Girl, yes. My okay, this is a question I want to ask you, and then I know y'all, we have a lot of gems. We got history together. We could have y'all on here all
Right.
day. But my next question is, what was a trial and obstacle that you encountered on your journey of becoming an entrepreneur? Since you are this big time successful foster care agency, and y'all, that industry is so in demand. Like, it's big
Mm,
because so many kids are being pulled into foster care. And for Jessica to even have a foster care agency, girl, I salute you, because
mm,
we need more of that, because of these kids that is being pulled away from their homes, and to have individuals that have a heart, a pure heart, to love on these kids is awesome. So I salute to you for even stepping up and having that program. So, into starting your on your journey to entrepreneurship, what obstacle did you encounter?
I think that the biggest obstacle is, um, I would say patience. Like, and I know that sounds weird to be an obstacle, but like, when you're dealing with like contracting and stuff, just from a contracting perspective, of course, like working with the clients, it's ups and downs or whatever. You get, it's a lot mentally, emotionally, and different things like that, especially like with the clientele. And right now we do, family individual therapy, working with children in foster care, early intervention, and different things like that. So I would say like my biggest obstacle was learning like the contracting part of it. Like, we get contracts, like I was just granted a contract. I have to prepare for that. And then the contract don't start till July 1st. So it takes a lot of preparation, which is, I would say, it's an obstacle and it's a blessing, because it's teaching me like how to stay, patient. Like, we have one contract that only come out every 5 years. I've been waiting for 4 years. It come out next year, So it's just like, you have to know how to leverage your skills, because if you don't, it's easy to give up. Like, I've lost the contract, So it's just like, you have to really be, like in the contract world, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but like, you don't even know when you're gonna get paid. Sometimes you might have clients, and then it's like, you didn't work with this client, and now you fighting to get paid for this. So it's just a lot of dedication. I have the privilege and honor of doing it alongside my husband. So, like, we both have clients. and that's a big, like that's a blessing. But I would say the biggest obstacle is knowing how to manage these contracts, knowing when contracts is coming in. One of them I just simply lost it because I was doing a book program and I didn't renew my insurance. It was just some crazy stuff, like my liability and stuff. So like I'm caught up in that, and then it's making me lack over here. So I would say that's the biggest thing. It's just being disciplined and having patience.
I love it. I love it when you say that about being disciplined and having patience. And that is so true because, like you said, even though we have different fields, you have a foster care agency, I have a healthcare staffing agency, but it's the same in both. Like not knowing when you're going to get paid. Yeah, that's the biggest one with me, especially when yes, especially when your payroll ain't going down.
Yeah, and you gotta explain to people like, see what had happened was, and don't nobody care.
No, they don't care about it. They still say, "Run me my money." Like they want their money, so you gotta still like and I have been dealing with that, especially with I don't know what's going on. Like I've been having facilities that owe me over 6 months of pay. Like 6 months, not no 6 weeks,
Yeah.
6 months. And so that right there is very challenging for me because, like you said, patience. That's like you gotta stand and have patience because any other person would be like, I'm closing doors.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this. I need my money. I can't be, worried about when these people gonna pay me and stuff like that. But what kept me was patience and faith and just believing and just be able to sustain and keep it up and everything when you don't see no checks. I'm like, sure, everybody else getting paid. When I'm gonna get paid?
I'm waiting on a check from February 2021.
Girl, oh my
Still have
God.
to put that in record from February 2021. So like you can only imagine, like
yes. So it is the patience, and I know the people gonna pay me and stuff like that, because they corporations, they have big corporations, but it's just that you have to have patience to continue to keep your business running, even when you don't even see a check for months and stuff. So I love that. That was one of my biggest challenges too.
Yeah.
And my last question is, girl, you was talking about these events and everything. So what project are you working on currently? I need you to share with the audience to let them know what we got going on this weekend. Something big that if you are in the Atlanta area, you need to listen in right now. Tune in, listen to what Jessica is about to drop.
Yes. So my Coach Ashley, got me out here stepping out on faith, doing these live events now. So this is my first one. I'm so excited. Yes, like we are brunching. So we will be having an international brunch. It's Embracing Imperfections live experience. We have my authors coming in from the United Kingdom. We got like 4 people coming from the United Kingdom. We got a couple of people coming from Canada and then all over the United States. And we are coming together for the very first Embracing Imperfections, the live experience. I'm really just excited to see like just how my authors are able to transform into speakers, to be able to go from writing their stories, most of them for the first time, to speaking on stage, which is going to get them more speaking engagements. It's going to really help, elevate and grow them. So that's what we got going on. So we got several speakers, we got panelists, DJ, live music, giveaways, networking, and all that is happening right here in Atlanta.
We got somebody rapping.
Yeah, yes, girl. Yes, we got some dancers, we got some rappers, we got some spoken word, we got panelists, we got speakers, we got so it's some of everything. Like the same way we talked about with them books. Like you get in a book and that might not have connected with you. So maybe you might not like trap music or rap, but you might like the little dance going on. So we got some of everything that's happening on March the 4th. Is going down in Atlanta, Georgia, y'all. So y'all gotta beat me there.
Yes, I'm excited too, y'all, because me and my girl Joy, and especially Jessica, because this is her event, we are going to be hosting the event. So,
Yes.
hold on, we're gonna be dropping gems, getting the audience crunk and excited. Y'all gonna have so many people when you walk away from this event, embracing imperfections live. You're gonna walk away with tools on, hey, I can write my story. Hey, I could start
Mm-hmm.
this book. I mean, this business. Hey, I could collab or connect, or I can, build my brand in this area, or I could take my brand to another level. Whatever it may be, if you are in the Atlanta, Georgia area, anywhere in that area, you need to be at the tickets already sold out, but I think she's selling a few more tickets at the door. Didn't you say you have a few more tickets?
Just a little bit. We really look. It's a stretch, but if you hearing us right now, go ahead, get you a ticket at jessicatmore.com.
Cause I'ma pull y'all a chair up. You know me, I'ma ask my girls that I used to have my girls group. Baby, we made room when there was no room. Girl, we made room. And my last event, I mean the one that was in Lake Charles, girl, I was telling them, hey, let's put another chair at this table. We can put another chair at this table. So cause I don't be wanting nobody to miss out on the important information that could take their personal brand or their business to another level, or can help them overcome an obstacle that they've been dealing with for
Mm-hmm.
years. Just help them set them free. So whenever you get an opportunity to go to an event, to connect and collab, don't turn it down. If you don't have nothing to do on Saturday and you just sitting around and you're trying to find something to do, you need to go over here. We're going to be in Stone Mountain, Georgia, which is on the outskirts of Atlanta. We're going to be
Mm-hmm.
eating, brunching, like I said, dancing. We got some dancing poets, spoken words. And we got our girl Rashika, a girl dropping those gems. Like, it's just going to be a
Mm-hmm.
vibe. So please make sure, just contact Jessica, inbox Jessica T. Moore. If you say, hey, I'm gonna be in the area, I want to go to this event. This event is going to be something amazing that I think I need to be a part of. I just want to go connect, collab. I just want to be in a room. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have the 360 booth, taking pictures, videos, and just really doing it. Women
Yes.
and men. So she gonna have men and women just really enjoying each other and pushing each other and connecting. So I think
Yes.
this is an event you definitely need to be a part of. So
Yes. Yes. I'm excited.
yes. So Jessica, I don't have anything else for our listeners. Do you have any closing remarks?
No, just thank you for allowing me to grace your platform. And then also I just want to say I'm proud of you. I'm excited for all the things you're doing. I'm watching, I'm behind the scenes, I'm watching and I'm growing with you. So yeah, so that's it. I just want to say congratulations just to you and all that you're doing. And thank you for having me.
So I have a trivia question. So the first person I'm already, like I told everybody, like I said, thank you again, Jessica, and you welcome. Thank you again for just really pushing me to doing everything I'm stepping into. Um, but I'm already launching my book, The Creative for Greatness Babes and Boost Edition, in March. But we're gonna also start another book compilation probably in May. So if anybody who listen in on this broadcast feel like, if they ready to tell their story, they've been sitting on this story for years, they feel like it's time to tell a story. They know that their story gonna help them heal, it's gonna give therapy to them, and it's gonna not only help them but help the next individual that's reading their story. If you say, hey, I'm ready, well, the first person to email me, and I'm gonna look at my email, and I'm gonna screenshot it and put it on social media so y'all can know who was the first person. But the
Mm.
first person to email me the name of Jessica's book compilation series. What we talked about it throughout the whole broadcast. What her series of her book compilation. She even named her event this. So whatever Jessica's, like I told y'all, mine is Created for Greatness. I want y'all to email me the name of Jessica's series of books. Like I said, mine is Created for Greatness. Jessica have her personal brand, and she didn't say it. And email me at at ashleykeyespeaks.com. That's Ash, ASH, at Ashley, ASHLEYKEY speaks with an S.com. And the first person to email me the name of Jessica book series, I'm gonna let you be a part of my book, but I'm gonna give you a discount of $300 off. My book compilation is not that expensive. So if you getting $300 off, girl, you didn't won. You about to tell your story because anybody can tell you how much a book costs. A book is very expensive whenever you're writing. So I'm going to give the first person to tell me the name of Jessica book series, you're going to get $300 off to be a part of my next book compilation. That is just my reward to, I mean, my gift to you because you sat throughout this whole entire broadcast and listen to us. And I just want to really bless you all. So please email me and email me now. And the only reason why I'm saying email me because the last time we did a giveaway, we had like 3-4 broadcasts going on, and which we was able to get the first few people, but it was like trying to check this broadcast, check this broadcast. So just email me now and tell me the name of Jessica book series, and you're gonna get $300 off to be a part of the next book project. Well,
Yay.
yeah, so thank you again, Jessica. Thank you for those words of encouragement. Thank you for those words that you just embraced me with. Thank you for my flowers. I really enjoyed you. You were amazing. And I really cannot wait to see you all in person this weekend. Because, baby,
Yes.
this is going to be an event that we're going to remember. Because I'm going to be the best host that you can have,
Yay.
girl. I'm going to turn it up. Louisiana style. So anyway, so I'm excited to have you again, and I can't wait to link up with everybody. Especially, I'm ready to see Miss Daphne. She gonna be
No, she in Dubai and the tickets was a mess. So hopefully she'll be at the next one. But Daphne is a sponsor. So she is there in spirit and her brand is all over the place.
Yes, girl, Miss Daphne, baby, Miss Daphne, if you are listening in, and I need to invite you, me and Jessica is coming to Dubai. I
Yes.
just looked at the pictures and say I'm ready to go to Dubai. So, baby, we are bringing a brunch to Dubai. So y'all stay tuned.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it's
But
funny because somebody reached out to me and when I was talking about you flying in for the event and she was like, Ashley don't live out here. I ain't realized like we be with each other so much. Like I feel like I see you every few months.
okay.
So yeah, I'm just excited for us to get back together again and to, like just to be here to collaborate. And like I said, like I can't wait to be watching this a year from now, like when our minds is absolutely blown at the next level that we get to. So
Yes,
thank
girl. Well,
you.
I'm excited. And thank you so much, girl, for being on our broadcast, The Power of Storytelling. Brunching with
Thank
Ashley
you.
Key. But yes, so thank you again, Jessica. Like I said, you all, please inbox Jessica. Because, like I said, if you really want to be at this event, I will make room for you. Okay? We're going to pull out another table, put it
Yes.
somewhere, put out some chairs. We're going to make room because this is an event that you do not want to miss. They're going to be dropping gems, information, connections, collaborations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to walk away with a new idea. You're going to walk away with a new business, a new like you're going to be creating like, okay, what can I do next? How can I take my brand to another level?
Mm-hmm.
So when you walk away from this event, that's what you're going to walk away with. So see you all this Saturday in Atlanta, Georgia, in the A, my second home. But I'm coming. Yes. So thank you again, Jessica. And it's been a pleasure chatting with you on Brunching with Ashley. Bye,
Bye.
girl.